So today we need to talk about something that's genuinely both the coolest and most unsettling thing I've seen in robotics in a while. I'm talking about the Neo robot from 1X Technologies. This thing is a humanoid robot that's supposed to be your personal assistant around the house, and I gotta say, after looking into this, I have some thoughts. Some good thoughts, some absolutely nightmarish thoughts, but we're gonna get into all of it. So let me set the stage here. 1X Technologies, which used to be called Humanoid Robotics because apparently every tech company needs to rebrand at some point, they've been working on this humanoid robot called Neo. And when I say humanoid, I don't mean like those Boston Dynamics robots that do backflips and make you fear for humanity's future. No, this thing is designed to look somewhat human, walk around your house on two legs, and theoretically help you with everyday tasks. You know, like folding laundry, grabbing you a drink, maybe helping elderly people with daily activities. Real domestic stuff. Now, the first thing that's actually pretty impressive about Neo is that it's made with soft, compliant materials. It's not some rigid metal Terminator walking around your living room. The whole design philosophy here is safety first, which honestly, I respect. Because if I'm gonna have a robot in my house, I don't want it accidentally clotheslining me at full speed when I walk around a corner. I want it to be soft and squishy, like a giant sentient marshmallow that can do my dishes. That's the dream right there. The robot is also fully battery powered and autonomous, which means it's not tethered to a wall or constantly plugged in. It can just roam around your house doing whatever robot tasks it needs to do. And I gotta give credit where credit is due. That's genuinely impressive engineering. Making a bipedal robot that can balance, walk, manipulate objects, and do all of that without being plugged into a wall socket is no small feat. These engineers are out here doing some serious work. Here's where it gets interesting though. OpenAI, yeah, the ChatGPT people, they invested in 1X. So you already know where this is going. This isn't just a robot that's gonna follow pre-programmed instructions like some kind of fancy Roomba. No, this thing is gonna have AI integration. It's gonna learn, adapt, and potentially become smarter over time, which is either the coolest thing ever or the beginning of the robot uprising, depending on how optimistic you're feeling today. Let me talk about the good stuff first, because there is genuinely a lot to like here. The potential applications for Neo are incredible. Think about elderly care, right? We have an aging population, not enough caregivers, and care is expensive. If Neo can help elderly people with basic tasks, remind them to take medication, help them if they fall, assist with mobility, that's genuinely life-changing. That's the kind of technology that could improve millions of lives. Same thing with people with disabilities who need assistance with daily activities. If this robot can provide that, independence and support, that's beautiful. That's what technology should be doing. And honestly, even for regular people, having a robot that can do household chores would be amazing. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I enjoy doing laundry or dishes. Nobody does. We all just do it because we have to. If Neo can take care of that stuff while I'm doing literally anything else, that's a win. That's more time for me to sit here and make videos about crazy stuff happening on the internet. Productivity at its finest. The design being safety-focused is also huge. Like I mentioned earlier, soft materials mean this thing isn't gonna accidentally hurt you. And apparently it's designed to operate in human environments, which means it should be able to navigate around furniture, pets, small children, all that chaos that exists in a normal home. That level of spatial awareness and adaptability is genuinely impressive from a technical standpoint. Now, let's talk about the concerning parts, because oh boy, there are some concerns. First of all, let's address the elephant in the room. This is a humanoid robot with AI capabilities that's going to be in your home, your private space, and it's going to have cameras and sensors to navigate and understand its environment, which means it's collecting data, a lot of data, about your home, your routines, your habits, everything. And I don't know about you, but I'm not exactly thrilled about having a walking, talking data collection device roaming around my house while I'm eating cereal in my underwear at 2 a.m. That's not exactly the future I was hoping for. Then there's the cost issue. These robots aren't gonna be cheap. We're probably talking tens of thousands of dollars at least initially. So this is gonna be a luxury item for wealthy people, which means all those benefits I talked about for elderly care and disability assistance, those aren't going to be accessible to the people who actually need them the most. It's going to be rich tech bros buying these things to flex on social media, not grandma who actually needs help around the house. That's frustrating. There's also the job displacement concern. And look, I know people bring this up with every automation advancement, but it's a real issue. If these robots become common in care facilities, hotels, or anywhere else that employs people for basic assistance tasks, those are jobs that are going to disappear. And yeah, new jobs will probably be created in robot maintenance and programming and whatever, but those aren't going to be the same jobs going to the same people. That's a real economic shift that's going to affect real people's lives. Let me talk about the uncanny valley factor for a second, because this is important. Neo is designed to look somewhat human. Not fully human, but human enough. And there's something deeply unsettling about that. When a robot looks too much like a human but not quite right, it triggers this weird discomfort in our brains. It's like when you see those hyper-realistic CGI faces that are almost perfect, but something is just slightly off and it creeps you out. That's what we're dealing with here. And I don't know if I want to be creeped out in my own home by my robot assistant that's supposed to be helping me. There's also the reliability question. This is cutting-edge technology, which means it's gonna have bugs, it's gonna malfunction, it's gonna do weird, unexpected things. And when your Roomba malfunctions, it just bumps into a wall repeatedly. Annoying, but harmless. When a humanoid robot with AI malfunctions, what happens? Does it just freeze? Does it fall over? Does it start doing random asks? Does it become sentient and lock you out of your own house? Okay, that last one is probably unlikely, but the point is we don't really know how these things will fail, and that's concerning. And here's something that really bothers me. We're putting so much effort and money into creating humanoid robots to do household tasks when we could be focusing that innovation on solving actual pressing problems: climate change, disease, poverty, education. But no, we're over here trying to build a robot butler because loading the dishwasher is apparently too much work for humanity. I get that technology serves multiple purposes and household robots can coexist with other innovations, but sometimes it feels like we're speed running towards a Wall-E future where humans just sit around while robots do everything. Let's also talk about the dependency issue. If people start relying on these robots for basic tasks, what happens when the robot breaks down? Or the company goes out of business and stops supporting them? Or there's a software update that bricks your robot? Suddenly, you've forgotten how to do basic household tasks because you've been outsourcing them to a robot for years. That's not great. We're already too dependent on technology as it is. Adding robot butlers to the mix is just gonna make that worse. But you know what? Despite my concerns and complaints, I can't deny that this is impressive technology. The engineers and researchers working on Neo are genuinely pushing the boundaries of what's possible with robotics and AI. And there are legitimate use cases where this technology could genuinely improve people's lives. It's just a question of whether we can implement it responsibly, which, given humanity's track record with new technology, is questionable at best. Here's my take on the whole situation. Neo and robots like it are inevitable. This technology is coming whether we like it or not. The question isn't if we'll have humanoid robot assistants, it's when and how we're gonna handle all the ethical, economic, and social implications that come with them. And honestly, I don't think we're prepared for that conversation yet. We're still figuring out how to handle social media and smartphones responsibly, and those have been around for years. Now we're adding AI-powered robots into the mix. What could possibly go wrong? So, in conclusion, the Neo robot is simultaneously really cool and really concerning. It's impressive technology with genuine potential to help people, but it also raises a ton of questions about privacy, safety, job displacement, and our relationship with technology. Am I gonna buy one if they become available? Probably not, because I don't have that kind of money, and I'm perfectly capable of doing my own laundry, even if I don't particularly enjoy it. But will I be watching this space closely to see how it develops? Absolutely. Because this is either going to be one of the coolest technological advancements of our generation, or it's going to be a complete disaster. And honestly, it could be both. That's all I got for today. Let me know what you think about the Neo robot in the comments. Would you want one in your house, or does the idea of a humanoid robot assistant creep you out as much as it creeps me out? All right, I'll see you guys next time.